Today I'm going to do a review of the TrimUi Smart Pro. I know there's already a ton of reviews on this thing, but I want to add my own. I have paid for my own TrimUi, so this is not a paid review or given to me for a review. Most of the reviews focus on emulation side of things with pretty much the same complaints and games they play. I want to go through a bit more than what other reviewers have done, so sit back and enjoy my take on the TrimUi Smart Pro. Last year I spent a bunch of time and money on restoring my old childhood game gear, and over the winter I had lots of fun playing with it. However, I want to play other games that are not on the system up to PlayStation 1. After my last restore of the game gear and the amount of money I spent restoring it, I'm not doing that again on another device. Retro games today are harder to find and greatly expensive. This also goes for older systems that still work and in decent shape. Personally, I think it's more of a nuisance than worth the time and money. And also on top of it too, that some of the games themselves could be clones and fakes, and you just don't know. So it's just best to go the other route. I'm sure some collectors will disagree with me, but hey, that's your money, not mine. Collect all you want. I just want to play games without the fuss. So I was on hunt for an emulation handheld, typically with RetroArch. See, I have a Raspberry Pi 3B that has emulation station with RetroArch, so I'm used to it, but I wanted something portable that I could play up to PlayStation 1 games. I'm not looking for something to play all the PSP games, N64 games, Dreamcast, or anything higher than that. I pretty much just want to play Sega Genesis, I want to play the Super Nintendo, my PlayStation 1 games. Some of the games I played when I was a kid, and the TrimUi Smart Pro will do just that. For a decently priced emulation handheld, it is hard to find a good one because there's a lot of garbage brands that are out there that can't even run NES games. After a bit of digging and research, I came across the TrimUi Smart Pro. There are already a ton of reviews on this thing, and is backed up by the community with community-made operating systems like CrossMix-OS. After watching a bunch of videos, I knew CrossMix-OS and the TrimUi Smart Pro was what I was looking for. So I picked one up from Amazon and I'm pretty impressed with it. That's exactly what I wanted, and it plays up to PlayStation 1 games. The TrimUi Smart Pro's original software is actually pretty good, but it's missing a bunch of features. CrossMix-OS is created by Szia on GitHub, and it complements the original OS with added features and apps. I want to say right now that I have a full tutorial on my website called How to Install CrossMix-OS on the TrimUi Smart Pro. I go through how to install a fresh copy of CrossMix-OS with a bunch of other added things, like how to remove overlays and shaders, UI layout, Moonlight app, local LAN play, and much more. I have an extended review there called TrimUi Smart Pro is Amazing. I recommend checking it out after this video. I go through a lot here, but not in full detail as the blog post on my website. The link will be in the description below, and it's a perfect time to subscribe as well. I'll say this right off the bat. The company TrimUi does not directly sell these things. They are sold by other sellers that add their own MicroSD cards and ROMs. This means wherever you buy this thing depends on what you're going to get. For example, I bought mine from an Amazon seller and it was shipped in a nice case with some crappy microSD card. I never got the box, but I got the case, and it's quite nice. Why would it come in a case and not the actual box? I'm a little suspicious by that. It's a nice case. It's still annoying. It's got some weight to it. It's another one of those strange cards. I like the TrimUi and I like the case so much that I bought another one from the seller. And what I said holds true even with that seller. The microSD card is not the same, and actually the first TrimUi that I bought, the microSD card will not play Game Gear games, but the second one that I bought will play Game Gear games. This means there's no consistency whatsoever with what you're shipped. But hey, I already knew that the MicroSD cards that come with it sucks. These both came from the exact same seller, 2 different cards. This one here will not play Sega Game Gear games, but this one will. That loaded a little bit slow. Let's go ahead and go to emulators. As you can see, they both look different. This one's missing a thumbnail. You can see it right there. This one looks more complete than that one. I know you kind of see the light there, but as you can see, let's go to Game Gear. See, that's corrupted. That one's corrupted. Alright. You can see the thumbnail is missing on this one, but it's viewable here. So it plays here, but crashes there. So let's find one that doesn't crash. One up. I haven't tried this. We'll try it now. So yeah, don't trust these cards at all. As you can see, they're identical except for the serial numbers. Huh. I don't understand that. Different clock speeds? Not sure. I have no idea what the deal is with this, but the rest of it's the exact same. As I said, these two came from the exact same seller. They're both different, apparently. So even with the same seller, you're not going to get the exact same card. But just to show you a point that these actually came from the TrimUIs, I will show you the unboxing of the black one and then the white one. And you can see side by side that they actually did come from the TrimUIs. Do I pull it out or do I push it in? Alright, so the seller where I bought this from, I wish that it would have came with a box. Unfortunately it doesn't. It comes inside of a case. At least this one did. So we'll see if that is the exact same again. I won't know until I open this thing up. I did ask the seller if I could get the boxes, but unfortunately I got some dull responses. Yeah, it comes in the same thing again. And this one should be white. So yeah, same case, which I actually really like this case. Like, look at this case. It's nice. That's technically the reason why I bought it again from this guy. Yeah, it's this Craig zone or Credvid zone, I don't know. Okay. Let's see what this one looks like. Is it white? Yeah, it's got white joysticks, so yeah, same thing as the other one. It does have its own screen, which I technically left it here as well, which I didn't use this thing. I have another screen that's coming. It's a glass one, which is by far better. I already have it on this one, so I definitely choose that. But yeah, it's got the instruction booklet and everything in here, and the same cable, whatnot, that was in the box. So I'm not losing anything but the box, so it's really not a big deal. It's still kind of annoying though. But let's have a look here. And it's white. So that's the white one, and here's the black one. Yeah, I know this one works well. I'm already using it. I've been using it. It's actually a really good system. So I'm just going to clone my microSD card from this onto here. But let's see if it's the same crappy knockoff microSD card that was in this one, which is you can tell they're cheap when they have this little sticker on the back of it, and it's some random brand. Wait, here you go. It's the same brand as the case. So I got to give them credit for the case. Like this case is nice. I don't see a better case but this one. So yeah, it's the same name tag. Let's see if this one is too. Oh, by the way, this is the 256 gigabyte one that came from Mech DIY, which is full of ROMs. I'm not using it. I'd rather just have my own. But yeah, here it is. It's sticking out a bit. Is this one sticking out a bit? No. That's in there. Why are you sticking out? Oh, it's a different card than the other one. Okay, so it doesn't have the same name. It's from the same seller, but oh yeah, there you go again. Another one of those junky cards. I know I wasted your time a bit. I'm just proving a point that the microSD cards they come with are crap. Even buying the TrimUi Smart Pro from the same seller is not the same. I recommend following my tutorial on the website and buy a good microSD card and install CrossMix on it. Alright, so let's get into the TrimUi Smart Pro. If you're looking to play all PSP, N64, and Dreamcast games, look elsewhere. This will play some of those games, but don't expect it to play all of them. This thing does better with PlayStation 1 games and down. You can use save states, get retro achievements, and the battery life on this thing's quite good. You can get around 5 hours, depending on what you play. It's not fast charging, it's only 5 volt, and not a QC 3.0 compatible device. Talking about QC 3.0 fast charging, I recommend you get a 5 volt 2 amp only USB power adapter. I've noticed using a fast charger will not charge the device when it's in standby mode. What I suspect is going on is the QC charger is trying to communicate with the TrimUi Smart Pro in order to find out if it takes 5 volt, 9 volt, or 12 volt. And the problem is it's not actually communicating back with the charger, and it's just airing out. And it's just repeating that step over and over and over again. So that's why I recommend getting a 5 volt 2 amp charger only. Alright, so I have a few things out here to give you guys an idea why I say that you should go with a 5 volt charger instead of a QC charger. QC chargers, they actually have a certain chip that's inside of them that can communicate with devices that can actually do fast charging. So basically, if they're connected, right, the phone as an example will say, hey, look I can actually charge at this voltage. And then the charger goes, okay, I will actually send you that voltage. Now, say if a device like this doesn't have that ability, the charger will actually say, oh, okay, there's obviously no communications with the device, so we'll just give it 5 volt because that is default, right? We don't want to actually put higher voltages through it because you never know, we might end up breaking it. Alright, so I'm going to show you an example with the fast chargers versus the 5 volt. I tried to do this test already with the Anchor and it wasn't working correctly without this, so it's just another reason not to use QC chargers. I will show you the problem with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you the voltages of this, and then these ones here. These are only 5 volt. These are QC 3.0. Well, this goes up to 9 volt. This one here might be higher, like QC 3.1. I'm not sure the version of it, but it does go to 20 volts. And then I have an adapter here because the Anchor is only USB-C. So this here actually bypasses it and allow this here to charge on it, which is bizarre. but I guess it does work. But anyway, I'm going to plug it in here. I'm going to actually show you. I'm going to have to use this, plug you in, and then plug it into the phone. And that should show you. There's that 9-volt right now. Should be at 9-volt here too. There's 9-volt. This is only 5-volt, 2-amp. There's 5-volt right there. There's 5-volt, 3-amp. And as you see, it's only 5-volt. Alright, so these two only go to 5-volt, and these can actually go higher. So let's plug it in here. So this is fast charging. I'll show you the issue with it. This is Samsung, by the way. It's official. You can see the light. It's on. It's off. It's on. And it'll turn off again. It'll just keep cycling like this. So it's not actually going to charge. I have left it on for a couple hours and it doesn't charge at all. It just does that. And just to prove a point that it's not that trim, this one does it too. Yeah. Kind of see the light there. It's just so white. There you go. See, it's cycling, doing the same thing. Alright, let's try the anchor. Since this for some reason doesn't work right off the bat, let's go ahead and grab the official anchor cable. I've tried many cables too, and it just does the same thing. So let's plug this anchor in, and we get nothing. It's in all the way. It's in all the way. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. But if I was to use, say, the Samsung cable, where did I put it? Alright. Okay, so say an example, I use the Samsung charger and I use an adapter from USB to USB-A or USB-C to USB-A, and I plug it in to the anchor charger, and then I can plug it into this. It will charge and it will stay on. And it won't actually go on and off, on and off. The same thing with this. Yeah, it'll stay on. Alright. But the reason why I'm saying that you should go with the slow chargers is you're not going to have an issue with this at all. It'll just work while this thing is either on or if it's off, and it just works. So obviously you see it's on. Plug it. Plug this one in. Yeah, it just stays on. So there you go. That just gives you an idea of the issues that this thing has. If you're going to get it, get yourself a 5-volt only. Don't get a USB 3.0 or QC 3.0 charger. Just use a standard 2-amp 5-volt. This one here is for one of my displays, which I will show you there later. But yeah, this is 5-volt 2-amp only. And this thing is actually charging at, since we're on here, if you want to actually see the charge right here, 5-volt at 1.7. So yeah, this is why I'm saying get a 2-amp right there. So that's enough headroom for it. And let's go ahead and show you this one, what it's charging at. So there you go. Yeah, 5-volt, 2-amp. That being said, let's go through a few things on the TrimUi Smart Pro. So we're going to have a look at some of the apps on CrossMix-OS for the TrimUi Smart Pro. And right off the bat, we have function key settings. Let's click on that. So we can turn the LED off, quiet mode, silence, CPU power save, CPU performance, turbo A, turbo B, turbo X, turbo Y, turbo left, right, L2, R2. Boot logo, you can change it if you want. I haven't bothered. So basically when you turn on your TrimUi Smart Pro, it'll either say CrossMix or whatever the heck you want. As you see, that is the default, but there is other ones in here too. If you really want the old energy logo from the good old days, you could do that too. Moonlight, this I can show later, but basically you can actually remote your PC with this. It's not very great in my opinion, but hey, if you really want to play like Borderlands, you could do that, which I will show after. You got ebook reader, so I guess you put some ebooks in here. There is a Legend of Zelda by Unknown Mystery. Never actually looked at this. How to play. Oh, that's cute. So let's back into there. We have media player. This is a hit and miss. Since this is running on a FAT32, you can only have up to 4 gigabytes of video that you can put onto it. You can't put anything higher than that, so you can compress your video, or I think you can put it in NTFS format and then dump the ROMs and whatnot onto it, but I'm unsure if the trim itself will run. It's just safe to leave it at FAT32 and just have something under that. But I will show it to you. So this is what it looks like. We have SD card. We can select something from here. I think I do have some demos on here. Let's go to videos. All right, I'm in the middle of editing this and I noticed that the playback video is not showing on the video clips here. I don't know, it has something to do with the screen recorder, I guess not showing the video playback, but you're going to have to take my word for it that some of these are a hit miss. This one here, Resident Alien, will actually play the video and audio. Same thing with Hoarders and Curse Oak Island, but Pokemon for some reason won't. There's no video, but there's audio. I'm not going to play a demonstration of it. Just take my word that it works, but it's a hit and miss of whatever you put on it. I just don't want to get a copyright strike on that. You can actually play videos on here, which is pretty cool. You can change aspect ratio, audio track. So if your video itself has more audio tracks, you can actually use that and change it if you need to. USB storage, this pretty much works just like taking your SD card out of your trim and plug it into your PC and you can see your files. It's just, you can plug it in at the top of the host and then plug it into your PC and do the exact same thing. But I'd rather just take the MicroSD card out and put it into the PC. It's just better for what I want. Emu Cleaner, what this does is, say in an example, let's go to not that, emulators. Say if you have, let's open up here, say if you have all of these things checked, right, and you don't have any games for it, you can go to Emu Cleaner and then it'll disable some of these here, and then the ones that you don't have will be missing, and then the ones you do have will be shown. It's just a faster way. It's to have an uncheck and check everything. Just quicker that way. I don't use it. I did everything manually, but it's an option. File manager, you can view the files on here, which is nice. I haven't really messed with it, but oh, if you want in RetroArch, let's go into RetroArch. I think this is where the videos are saved. As I'm screen recording right now. Oh wait, no, it's not there. Your screenshots and stuff would be here. Where would that be? When you're screen recording, I'll show you the screen recorder. I don't want to open it up because I am screen recording, but trust me, you just click A and then you can automatically screen record. But that, your videos would be saved in screen record. Where is it? Screen recorder right here, and then output, and this is where your videos would be saved. I guess you can actually view it through here too. So if you want to view whatever you're recording, through the media player, you just go directly to that folder and you can view it there. So that's kind of interesting. Your music, like I will show you the music app after. I did throw some copyright-free music in here that I use in a lot of my stuff, but as you see, here's videos. This is where I had the Curse of Oak Island and everything. I just made a new folder and stuck it in there. So yeah, this is just a view of, ooh. Yeah, I don't want to do anything in here. I want to back out. What is it? Menu start? No. No. Quit. Okay, so I guess it was X to go to quit. Don't really want to play with that because I don't want to break anything. All right, so here's the music player. And you can, I think you can play streams on here too, but I haven't really done that. These are all copyright-free music that I added. I think so. What's broken here? Yep. So if you want music, you can use it. Oh yeah, there was radio. I just saw radio there. Where is it? Yeah, radios. I guess you can add one too if you really need to. How do I back out again? I just randomly hit a couple of back buttons. Oh look, I went back in. I don't want in. Back out. There we are. So I just hit menu start to back out of there. Ports. Let's open up ports. I'm skipping the update option. You can literally do on the air updates. So if there's any newer versions, which I think there's a hot fix, I'm not going to apply it because this thing's working fine right now, but you can apply it over the air. You just open up the app and you can just do the update, which is pretty nice. I don't know if you're going to fetch because I'm so far away from my router right now. Yeah, I'm kind of far away right now. I might have to go walk up near it. Crap. Give me a moment, I'll be back. I just walked closer to the house. Let's fix that right now. Let's go to Wi-Fi and turn it off, turn it back on, and then see if I can use the booster from here. I think there's an issue with the booster right now. All right. Okay, I'm connected to the booster. So I should now have internet here. If the booster's not acting up again. Let's find out. I guess I have to do an upgrade first. Is that street cleaner? Yep. Alright, so port master's finally done. Let's click on view ports, or all ports. There's a bunch of games that are in here, but like I said, none that I downloaded worked. So I don't know why. I know that there's some here that require more of the game. Some here are actually able to just install and play directly through here, but for my version on this, it just doesn't work. So I don't know what the heck's going on with it, but I'll eventually go through the ports and details in another video sometime, maybe. So we have random here. This here, when you click on it, it'll just randomly select a game from your list of games. So if you haven't played something before, it'll automatically choose something that maybe you haven't played or you have played, which is a pretty cool feature. Because I'm sure that you know, you look through your list and you're just searching for a game, like, nah, I don't want to play that. No, I don't want to play that. Nope, don't want to play that. 100 games later, nah, I don't want to play that. Well, that random option might actually help for you. Reboot, RetroArch, this is your main emulator package. You can see this through your games as well. That's nothing special. Scraper, you can actually scrape options. So like, say if you have PlayStation 1 here and you don't have any thumbs for it, you can actually scrape all of your thumbnails for the games. It's a hit and miss. Not all of them work. Some do. Screen recorder, which I'm actually using right now. All you have to do is open up, hit A to screen record, and when you're done, open up again, and then push B to stop. System tools, terminal. System tools gives you a bunch of other options in here. So you got controls. So if you need to change something for your LEDs, this is what I have for like, say if you're playing a game and the background is green, your little LED rings on the joysticks will change to green. If you got like red on the screen, they turn red, which is pretty cool. Polling rate, swap, don't want to change any of that. Emulators, don't want to change anything in here, except for overlays. Like if you want to get rid of the side overlays, you just go in here and then click no overlays max ratio, which is great because I don't like them. I don't want any of that garbage in there. You got retro achievements. This is where you go to put in your username and password. It's kind of difficult to do. I have it all on my website, so if you want to actually look through the instructions on there, it's very helpful. Network, themes. The themes that I chose is Epic North. This is what I'm using right now. It's a part of the CrossMix pack. There's some tool options in here. I don't play with any of these options. I don't touch any of this. User interface. Again, I don't touch any of this. This is all default. Actually, yeah, I have. I went into best section because I did add my own best here. The 2-player games. Like if you go to set up a folder and you have your ROMs and your images in there, just like you would have like the best demo collection, all you have to do is go back into that option and then it'll automatically build the thumbnails and everything for you. So it's actually really helpful for that. Is there anything else in here? Yeah, terminal, haven't really played with that. There's a user guide. I don't even know what it actually looks like. Let's have a look. Oh God, that went bright. Okay, that's pretty basic stuff. Nothing really to worry about. EmuDrop. This is actually really nifty. I'll show you a video of that right now.
So we have a brand new app for the TrimUI. It's called EmuDrop. Apparently you can download ROMs using this, and it works with CrossMix-OS. So let's go ahead and download it and give it a shot. Now, in order to see this link, you're obviously going to have to log in to GitHub. If not, you might as well just copy the link here. So let's go ahead and click it, and let's download the zip. And it should go to my desktop right over here. Okay, up here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over to my trim, and let's take the SD card out. Make sure your trim is off, of course. So plug it into here, put it into the PC, switch back over to the PC, and open up CrossMix. Let's go to apps, and we're going to open this up with 7-zip, and I was going to drag this folder right into here. Alright, now let's eject it, and unplug it. Turn on the trim. Now I'm doing it on here because I don't want to do it on my main one at the moment. I don't know how well this thing will actually do, if it rewrites folders or what, but we'll find out here. So let's see if it's in here. Yeah, there it is. And I guess if it doesn't show up, you can go to menu and you can go to refresh ROMs. And if it still doesn't show up, go to edit and see if it's actually hidden in the back end where you can check or uncheck things. It's got a nice icon. We want to cancel that. Hopefully we're connected to the internet. It says it is. Let's have a look at it. Some nice options here. I think you need to work with your icons a bit, but not bad. Let's find something for, I don't know, Super Nintendo. Let's click that. This is actually really neat. Did it freeze? I guess it's loading slow. Alright, let's just click this one. We have select, back, search, and downloads. X for downloads. Do you want to download? Yes. This is active downloads. Can I see the downloads? Oh yeah, you can. You just have to click the button again. Scraping it too, which is nice. Alright, let's go back. Let's exit out of this app. So menu. Yeah, okay, it exit out. Let's go to which one was it? It was Super Nintendo, wasn't it? Should be monsters in here. Yeah, there it is. Let's see if it plays. Would you look at that? That's an easy way to get ROMs on here. So that's actually nifty. It's not a part of CrossMix. You actually have to dump it onto your trim. And then, you know, you get some extra games that you can actually download directly to the trim without having to take your USB stick out or your MicroSD card and plug it into your PC, or having to plug this thing into your PC, or do over-the-air options. You know, you can just get your ROMs directly on here without having to have it connected to a PC of any sort. So that's actually really nifty. I think that's pretty much it on here. Let's show you me stopping the video. Where we go? Let's go back here. So let's go to stop screen record.
Stopped.
And there we go. It stopped.
With CrossMix, there's a lot of amazing things about it. I want to go through some of the games just to show you what it can do. Ah, that didn't work out right. Fail. Try again. Oh, that's actually really good. Really?
Now that I showed you some wonderful things about it, I also want to show some of the bad things about it from my experience. Now everything you'll see is software related and might be fixed eventually. At least I hope. So I'm going to show you all the clips that I've saved, that way you can actually be able to see the problems that I had. So I have had this TrimUi Smart Pro for a day. I haven't had it for very long, but this is running the latest firmware from TrimUI, and it's running the latest version of CrossMix-OS, which is 1.3.0 with the hotfix updates. So this is literally the latest of the latest for everything. So the issue that I'm having with this is there's actually two. There's one with the LED lights, which showing the ambient colors, where whatever's on your screen will actually change the lights to whatever, right? If you go to turn it off, usually what would happen is these would go off and then they'll turn back on again. Well, sometimes it does this too, where you have the screen off and they stay on, which is really dumb. So you got to either use the FN to turn it off or just turn this thing off completely, which is stupid. So the other issue that I have here is, let's go into favorites. Wait, no, it's not favorites. Let's go to Ape Escape. So now Ape Escape for the PlayStation 1 uses the joysticks in order to like swing, walk around, and whatnot. So let's go ahead and move forward. You see he's walking slow. He should be running. If I move it slightly to the left, he will run. Same thing facing backwards. So that's an issue. Another issue is the way that he hits. So I move this forward. It's not working. Move it off to the side. It works a bit. I'll show you with it sitting down like this. Well, you can't say it like that. Put it this way, it's not working properly. It's a hit and miss. It's really hard to play the game like that. So, here's the other issue with this. As you can see, this menu button works, right? Let's go ahead and let's go calibrate these sticks. This is the other problem, which we'll see here. So if any developers are seeing this video, you're going to have to fix this. Let's go into settings here. Let's go into calibrate joysticks. As you can see, they work. They don't look too bad. And let's go ahead and calibrate the left stick. Alright, let's hit B. Let's calibrate again. Let's do the right. Alright, let's hit B. So calibration should be done.
Yeah, they don't look too bad, right? Let's go ahead and hit escape. Let's go back to the game. S1, let's go to Ape Escape. And alright, we're back into the game. Still not running properly. He's still walking. But here's the other issue. This button no longer works. You can't use that button at all. The only way that you can back out is turn this thing off, turn it back on, then go to exit. By the way, it does work on the main screen, just not in the games now. So you see it works here. Right? Just not in the game. We go back into Ape Escape again, and it won't work. See? It's not working anymore. So let's go ahead and try another game. Just show you that it still isn't working. Let's go to, let's just do this. Good enough. And see, it's still not working. So the only way to fix this is to reboot it and it'll work again. Oh, jeez. I'm not used to the navigating thing on here. Alright. Is it rebooting? Doing something. Alright, I'll just let it do its thing. Like, it's a nice system. It's just the joysticks suck, and I'm having this menu issue, and these lights don't turn off when the screen is off when you're using the screen thing. So that's kind of dumb. But alright, let's go back into PlayStation again. And I'll do this load. Still walking slow. Still hit and miss, which is dumb. But the menu works again. See that? The menu's working again.
As I bought two TrimUi Smart Pros, I wanted to see how well two-player games would work, and I could say it's a hit and miss. Some games freeze when setting up on one trim, but not on the other. Both MicroSD cards have identical CrossMix versions on them, so I'm not sure what the deal is, but I wanted to show it to you anyway. I'm going to show you two-player on both of these together. I'm going to load up the exact same game. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this one. Since this is going to be the first player, just got to click on menu, go down to advanced menu, back once, go to the right to where it says host, click on it. Both of these need to be connected to the same network, by the way. So let's go to start netplay host. Okay, and then go up to this top one. Same location, but this one here, refresh netplay LAN list, and then it shows local CrossMix-OS. Click it, and they should tie together. There we go. So now, with this being player 1 and that being player 2, we can go to start. And then this one we start as the second player. Let's do that. And I'll do that. Don't judge, I suck at the game. I'm just showing an example here. I don't know the buttons. Okay. You get the idea. So that's two-player. Now I have noticed issues with this one freezing at times, and then this one doesn't freeze, and then this one here at times, if you set this up as host, this won't connect. I I don't understand it. They both have the exact same firmware and the cards are cloned, so there might be an issue with the hardware itself, which is a little weird. But yeah, we can go ahead and try Donkey Kong Country here. Click the menu on both. This one might freeze because it usually does. We'll start it. And surprisingly it didn't. So this might actually be interesting. Let's see this. I've never got past this part. Did it work? It's doing something. Unless it froze. It might have froze. Okay, so it's the other way around this time. This one locked up. Yep, it locked right up. Yeah, let's try this again. Oh, it went that time. Okay. So as you can see, this isn't perfect. Theoretically, they should now work together. Two-player team. We'll try that. This one's not doing anything. Okay, now let's see this. Yep, this one's working. Okay, that's kind of a bad demonstration for him. It is working though, as you can see. And that one's not doing it. Did that freeze? I think this thing froze. Huh. Okay, I tried syncing these two together to play first and second player. This is second player, that's first player. Unfortunately, with PlayStation 1, it lags really bad, which I'll show it to you, but on this, it lags a bit. Oh, and it froze. Oh. So as you can see, it's not very good performance on here. So I've had issues with speed punks for the PlayStation 1 at the BIOS screen. It usually freezes there, which you've already saw a freeze issue already, but we'll see if I can get past it. I want to show you the performance issues. That way you can see it for yourself. So let's go ahead and start on both. Usually boots up normally, but then when you do the hosting, that's when there's problems with it. So we will use this one first, give it a shot. So let's go into advanced. Same thing, go to host, let's start. Let's see if it'll actually continue. Just mute you for a moment. Okay, so it actually went that time. So let's go to advanced here. Go down to find it, local. Oh, it's black screen. This is the issue that I normally see with it. And there it is. Yep. So it isn't working properly. I wonder if I can click on the menu. Go to load. Will it load there? Ew. Yeah, did it work? Did it freeze? I don't know what it's doing. Let's give this host thing a try again. Will it reboot? Will it continue off here? Oh, there we go. And let's go to verse. Look at that. That's not very good. There might be a tweak in the emulator you can do, but I'm unsure. Advanced. All right. First player. Let's find out. Yeah. Seems to work. Let's see if this one works. Start there. Oh. Didn't work. Something went wrong with it? Let's back out and try that again. Actually, let's try it on here. See if it does it here as well. Start. And yeah, okay. I won't even bother with Nintendo 64 then. It obviously doesn't work. Look at this. Good enough. Try that one. Do 7, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna stay on it for long. Yeah, there you go. Huh, what? That's not right. Okay, there's a bug apparently. This thing thinks that... Look at the top. This is bizarre. Let's see if I can control it from this screen. To see what happens. God. This is bizarre. Leg! I was trying to turn on that screen. This is so not in sync. That was bizarre. I'm using the controls here and I'm looking at this top screen because for some reason this one wasn't matched up with the top one. I don't know, that's weird. I think there is. We'll find out if this will work. Let's go to host. Start. Oh, it booted and it didn't freeze. That's a good start. Ugh. Down to local. There it is. Let me just refresh it, double check. Yeah, there's 2-player. Okay. And connected together. 2-player.
The fact that they can still play together is quite nice. I think if the software was tweaked a little bit better, this might not be so buggy.
Okay, achievement.
As I said, the microSD cards are identical, and so is the firmware, and yet they both act differently at times. Some people complain about the triggers. I personally like them the way they are. I can agree that the joysticks should have push-in buttons like normal joysticks for running, melee attacks, and so on. But these follow the PS Vita sticks, and I'm okay with that. If you're using Moonlight on your PC to, say, control Borderlands 2, this is where you'd want that option. You'll quickly notice that you can't melee or run. But for me, I wouldn't really use it for Moonlight. I guess somebody else might, but hey, it's an option. You'll see that I don't play too well on the TrimUI, but when it comes to the Xbox controller or the keyboard, I play a lot better. But hey, I'm looking at a bigger screen instead of the TrimUI as well, so there's that. I can't run either. Still, besides the joysticks, they're great. I have no complaints about them besides that. As you can see, Moonlight is pretty cool too. Although, I have 4 monitors and the Sunshine app on the PC downscales my 4K screen to 720p. And that messes up my monitor placements in Windows 10. It's something I personally won't use, but others might see the streaming service feature as a plus. Now that you've seen my performance playing the game on the Trim, I wanted to show you me playing it on the Xbox controller to give you an idea of my gameplay performance has been improved. Alright, so now I'm playing this with the Xbox controller on the PC, just to show you the difference between the TrimUI and this. This is already so much better. One thing I really recommend you getting if you want to play this thing for long periods is the grip for it. It's going to save your hands from cramping pain that you'll get without it. The one that I got, the nubs are a little bit thick, but that's alright. All the stuff that I bought is on the blog page on my website as an additional review. Again, the link is in the description below. Subscribe while you're at it. The TrimUi Smart Pro does get a tad warm on the back right. Alright, so I've been playing this for a good 10 minutes. Let's actually have a look. So we're at 37, 38. Yeah, around 38. The other side, still about the same. So I'm guessing that has been around, what, 20 some minutes. And let's have a look again. This will be the last time. So we're at 40, 41. So yeah, there you go. The other side, it's a little bit warmer now. Not by much. So there you go. Gives you a rough idea. If that really annoys you, you can just use something like this. And obviously it's not going to get in your way because, well, you'd be feeling this and not the back of it, which is good. With the grip, your fingers are no longer there. It's not super hot, but it can annoy you. The sound from the trim is not that good because the speakers are directing the sound from the inside and not through the speaker holes in the bottom of the screen. The reason is the PCB is in the way. It's not that big of a deal, but if you want to see a comparison between my Game Gear versus the trim, you can see that the Game Gear wins on that. Alright, so we have the Game Gear and the TrimUi. They're going to play the exact same game, Ristar, and I want you to hear the audio in between them. The Game Gear, I'm just going to turn up the volume on that, and for the trim, I'm just going to keep it on. So I'm just going to try to make this one go over the trim so you kind of hear a difference in between them. So let's first sync these two together and go from there. Okay. Perfect. His dog is barking in the background. My apologies. This does not have an HDMI port, so there is no video out. Some say the TrimUI logo on the bottom could have been where an HDMI port could have went, but they gave up. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but it would have been a horrible place to put one anyway. Instead, they could have turned the host USB port into USB-C video out, which is not one. I know, I tried. So I've set up a portable screen that runs off of USB-C into, like, say, the phone. As you can see, the phone is being displayed on the screen by this cable. Let's go ahead and disconnect it. Let's plug it into the trim through the host port. And if there was any video out, it would display. Unfortunately, there is none. Now, this is kind of something that they should have did. Now, I get, you know, not having a full HDMI port here. There is no room on the board to actually do it, but you have a USB-C up here. You could at least have 720 out, but unfortunately, they didn't. DC port, it is charging because of the screen, but there's nothing. So that's kind of a bummer. Just to show you that it doesn't work on this trim either. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Nothing. So, yeah, they could have done something with that, but unfortunately they didn't. Instead, that port is used for controllers and other file sharing features. I have tried Bluetooth with a Bluetooth speaker and it works, but there is a slight delay with it. Alright, so I want to show you another feature that this thing has. You can actually use Bluetooth speakers like this one. This is something I made. No biggie, you can use anything really. But I'm going to sync the trim up to this. There is a little bit of delay between them. It's about a 1 second delay. But it's not bad. At least it's better than speakers on this thing. If you want instant sound coming directly out of it, you might want to use the headphone jack and convert that to Bluetooth or into some auxiliary of a speaker and then do it that way. But let's go ahead and click on Bluetooth. Let's turn this thing on. That way we can find it. Takes a little bit to show up, but it will. There it is. Let's connect to it. There we are. So listen very carefully. I'll move the mic up closer. So you can hear it's almost like a second delay. It's not that bad. So if you go and say, example, Sega, let's go to Ristar. Let's fix the focus here. And here's silence in the background. It's not bad. Let's exit out. Let's go to music here. And let's find directory to favorite. Let's find a song. So I guess you can use it for that if you want, but you probably might want to use your phone instead of using the TrimUI. If you want to remove a Bluetooth device, it took me a while to figure this one out, but when I figured it out, it's easy. All you have to do is just go to the device you want to remove and click the menu, go to remove. And there we go.
Still, it's nice this works, and it's really not that bad. I've seen far worse for delays with Bluetooth. Overall, the issues that I've encountered are primarily software related. If you are looking for a system that is good up to PlayStation 1, I recommend this thing. I would like to check out and review more powerful handhelds sometime, but for now, I'm happy with this.
So, we're at the ending of the video, which is over an hour long. I've been at this video for 2 months. Reason being is I wanted to do more testing with this, and I wanted to kind of wait till I come out here where it's, springtime now, so it's not really cold. But, I love the TrimUI. I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one, but I did want to get the second one because of the 2-player options that they can do together, which needs work. As you see, that there was a lot of issues with that. I did notice another issue with it too. I was playing Pokemon Fire Red, I think it was, not Ruby, but yeah, Fire Red. It froze on me once, so I want to show you that clip now.
So I've been using this thing for the last couple of days, and I've been really at Pokemon here, and it just locked up on me, and I wanted to actually show this to you. Nothing works. Yeah, none of the buttons work. I don't know if I can turn the volume up. Nope. Can't turn it down. Oh no, even that locked up. I hope I can turn it off. I'm holding it. Oh good, it actually turns off. Because that would have sucked having to take this thing apart and having to unplug the battery and plug it back in.
I don't know why it froze, but that was a rarity. I haven't seen it happen since, so I didn't want to include it in the main issues in the beginning, but it did happen. I haven't noticed any issues with Ruby, but yeah, I've just been normally playing Pokemon on these things, but I do have lots of other games I want to play after when I get bored of them. But yeah, I'm happy with the trim. I don't really have any complaints with it. The games work. I can actually play some of the ones I want. I guess if I would complain, it wouldn't be with the trim itself. My main issue would be the achievements. There is one problem with the PlayStation 1. For some reason, the achievements do not work on there. I don't know why. It's not working on either of these. With my Raspberry Pi 3B, yeah, I can get achievements on PlayStation 1 games, but not on these. I don't know why, but I think that has something to do with RetroArch and the way it actually connects to the achievement site. But, that's something that is new. It was never on the original games to begin with, so I shouldn't be complaining too much. The fact that that is an option is awesome. And the fact that these two can actually play together is pretty cool too. So if somebody does come over, we can play together. Would be nice. But for the case, this case is actually really nice. I can't seem to find it anywhere else except for the one Amazon seller. So I don't really want to put the Amazon seller in the description. I do have it on the website, so you guys check it out from there. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've been playing this thing for 2 months now, and I love it. Now, this is my go-to. I do recommend at least getting some type of holder, because just playing this thing the way it is, it kind of really sucks. It cramps up your hands, and especially if you're using the triggers, it's so much better because it actually is. Your hands can clamp onto it properly without having to. It's kind of hard to explain, but your fingers will cramp up without this. So it's it's super handy to have that onto the trim itself. It's still early spring yet, so it's still kind of cold. I kind of wanted to wait too to actually come out here and finalize this video from the chair. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. You've seen enough of this already. I've literally went through everything as much as possible. The software, some of the gameplay. Maybe I'll do another video just the gameplay itself, to give you kind of rough idea. But if you're looking for something that is more than the PlayStation 1 and looking for something that can play all the PSP games, all the Dreamcast, all the N64, PlayStation 2 and such, you may want to find something that's a little bit better. Yeah, there's other devices that are out there that are probably Android related, and you can use them. But if you're looking for a cheap little system to play up the PlayStation 1 and anything older than that, these things are awesome for that. They're really good. I use that thing so much, I'm actually surprised I haven't worn out the buttons. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hopefully you liked the video. Please rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.